Imagine growing up on a beautiful island with mineral-rich land.
But every aspect of your life is fucking trash because of it. Your farms are stolen, and your people are turned into cheap labor. The laws of your island are rewritten by an American politician who later quits office to open up a massive sugar company, profiting off of the very laws that he created to take your land away from you. It might sound like a Hollywood movie plot, but trust me, the Puerto Rican struggle is indeed a real one. In 1898, the United States took Puerto Rico from Spain. But instead of freedom from their colonizer, all they really got was a new landlord. The island was suddenly an American territory, but without the full rights of American citizens. U.S. politicians began reshaping Puerto Rico's laws to serve American corporations. One of them was Charles Herbert Allen. As the first civilian governor of Puerto Rico, Allen pushed policies making it incredibly easy for U.S. companies to set up shop and ship goods back to the mainland. He jacked up taxes on local farmers until they couldn't afford to pay. Then Americans could come and buy up the farmland for dirt cheap, pushing the local community farther into poverty. He left office in 1901 and became a key player in starting the American Sugar Refining Company, which would later be known as Domino Sugar. That company turned the diverse agriculture of Puerto Rico into a sugar colony, with almost all of the profits produced on the island flowing back to the U.S., while Puerto Ricans worked the fields for barely anything. But the exploitation wasn't just about the land. In the 1950s and 60s, Puerto Rico became one of the biggest producers of pharmaceuticals, and it still is today. But back then, pharmaceutical companies used Puerto Rican women as test subjects for unapproved birth control trials. Many were poor, misled, and not told the pills were experimental or about the dangerous side effects. Probably not a coincidence that at the same time, American eugenists were pushing for the mass sterilization of Puerto Rican women.
There was this American doctor. His name is Cornelius Rhodes, and he went to Puerto Rico saying he's going to do like health research or something. We know what he really was doing and thinking because he wrote this letter. Let me read it to you. He writes that Puerto Ricans are, quote, beyond doubt the dirtiest, laziest, and most degenerate and thievish race of men ever to have inhabited this sphere. And he goes on to say that it makes him sick to, quote, inhabit the same island with them. And then he admits to a crime. He says, I have done my best to further the process of their extermination by killing off 8 and transplanting cancer into several more. The staff at the hospital find this letter and they send it around to everyone. Nothing happens to this guy who has admitted to murdering a bunch of Puerto Ricans. Actually, something does happen. He gets on the front cover of Time magazine.
By 1974, 1 in 3 Puerto Rican women had been sterilized, and a large percentage of them never agreed to it. Puerto Ricans fought back. Nationalist movements demanded independence and justice. The U.S. responded with crackdowns, mass arrests, censorships, and violence.
It was November 1st, 1950. 2 Puerto Rican nationalists walked to the front of Blair House,
guns blazing to assassinate the President of the United States,
who was sleeping upstairs. Their cause, the full independence of Puerto Rico from the U.S. The U.S. persecuted, imprisoned, and even killed independence supporters. It was secretly carried out by the Police Department of Puerto Rico and the FBI's COINTELPRO. Yep, the same COINTELPRO that infiltrated the Black Panthers and assassinated Fred Hampton.
On top of all of that, the U.S. military used parts of the island for bombing practice. Generations grew up in the shadow of military exercises and their homes being poisoned by toxic debris. As time went on, another wave of exploitation arrived. Wealthy investors from the mainland began buying Puerto Rican land for cheap, building resorts, condos, and tax havens.
Here are to be found some of the finest, most fashionable hotels, catering to your every wish. There is no hurry, no hustle and bustle in this tropical paradise. Just get into your vacation clothes and get out under the sky.
That's when it gained the reputation of being a vacation paradise. Meanwhile, more locals were priced out of their own communities, while outsiders cashed in. From sugar barons to Wall Street millionaires, Puerto Rico kept getting sold off piece by piece. And what might be the craziest part of all is Puerto Ricans are U.S. citizens. They serve in the U.S. military and they pay federal taxes. But they can't vote for the president and they have no voting representation in Congress. The same government that bombs their land, sells their farmland, and sets their economic future doesn't even give them a voice. But despite it all, the vibrant culture that has been passed down through generations was never lost. Puerto Rico is one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen. But let me know what y'all think about it in the comments. That's gonna do it for today's episode. I'm Quality. Make sure y'all like the video and subscribe to the No Lodge, because we will be dropping gems for y'all on a regular basis, alright? Till next time. Peace.